Welcome back to Talking Dirt, and we'd like to welcome Aspen's Mayor Steve Skadron to the show today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Fun to be here. Anything in the historic Wheeler Opera House is fun to attend, so thanks for having me.
So the amendment charter, first of all, what's it called? Because I've been stumbling over it all show.
It's an amendment to the city charter.
It's an amendment to the city charter.
A group of people had a issue they were concerned with, and they gathered a bunch of signatures on a petition, and they brought it forward to City Council and said, we would like to have City Council put this on the next ballot, which is in May, during the next election, to change the city charter. That's the general thing about what's happening.
And what's your position on this change to the charter?
I do not support it. I don't think it's the right way for a town to govern itself. And without getting too political.
Well, you've got to.
You want me to?
Yes,
I can give you the whole
absolutely.
political
You
story.
got to give us the story.
What's interesting for me is that I wholeheartedly endorse the spirit behind the petition, but I don't agree with the governance side of it. As I said, it's wrong for a community like this to govern itself that way. Essentially, what it does is, this is some big political stuff, but it tends to undermine representative democracy. See, in this town and in the United States, you elect people to represent the interests of the community. On a petition like this one, what happens is special interests tend to garner a lot of attention, and what I'm afraid of happening is, down the road, we get national style politics here. You know, those really ugly ads on television, and so rather than a fact-based debate over an issue happening in a place like the City Council chamber where I say this and you say this and they say that, and then it all comes out in the end, what we have is policy being decided in the marketplace. And I think that's really dangerous because that's kind of what's happening.
So you're worried that developers will buy votes?
Well,
Or just that it's going to be taken
I
into...
don't want to, this isn't really it's not really a developer issue. The motion behind this petition is to clamp down on the development in town. But what we're seeing today, all the stuff being built in town, is the result of changes in our land use code that happened 15 years ago. Pretty much everything being built here could not be built today. And I was very progressive in my attempt to roll back the building heights. I have a whole voting record over the years that fights against exactly what the petition's calling for. I think we've made the changes, and there's an appropriate place to put land use law, and that's in the land use code, not in the city charter.
Gotcha.
That's where it's a really complicated deal.
It really seems like we're oversteering. And as a mayor, you got this hot potato, and you're like, well, it's not my potato, it's your potato.
Gus, that's exactly right. It's an overreaction. We're kind of oversteering to something that happened in the past. That's how I see it. It's kind of a nuclear option to something where we're now seeing success. You know, if the question is asked, what does success look like? You get this thing in the charter, and what does success look like? And if the answer is a land use application that asks for no variances, that meets our law, you know, which is what we should be getting. My answer is, well, this city council is seeing that. We just passed the Sky Hotel. There were no variances. We have the Mark Hunt base project over by City Market, where the Johnny McGuire's is. That passed no variances. Hotel Aspen passed essentially no variances, and the Molly Gibson big project just passed no variances. So we're kind of seeing the very success that the petitioners are hoping.
So we got to be patient and stay the course.
we have to do what's right, not what feels good.
Right. What is the one most important thing that you would like Aspen voters to know about this charter?
About this action that's happening? That Aspen's local issues should not be dominated by special interest, and things that happen here should be the result of a thorough and healthy community conversation.
Yeah, excellent. I agree with that. That's wonderful.
Good.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate the conversation. This is really a hot potato of a conversation right now. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Gus?
No, I think we're good to go.
All right.
Good. Thank
Thanks,
you, guys.
Steve.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.